It's that time of the year again, it's performance review season. And the meeting that you are supposed to have with your manager is an important opportunity for you to review your accomplishments and goals and to receive feedback on your past performance, suggestions for improvement, and to seek clarity about your career paths going forward. If conducted effectively, these meetings can help you in propelling your career to the next level. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 key tips so that you are ready and well prepared to excel in your performance review. Hi there and a very warm welcome to the channel. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Sabine Renner. I'm an organizational psychologist, leadership and personal development coach and trainer, and researcher in the field of positive psychology. On this channel, you will find proven and actionable tips, tools and strategies to empower aspiring leaders to take the lead and succeed at work and beyond. So today's topic is performance reviews and what we as employees or team members can do to make this a truly effective conversation and exchange of thoughts. This typically 1 hour-long conversation really forms the basis of your career progression in the near-term future. So you want to get it right, and in this regard, preparation is absolutely key. And that's where actually tip number 1 starts, which is to create an inventory of all of your accomplishments. The performance review is your time to shine, to show your contributions and the value that you create for the team and organization. Now, what happens typically is that we fall trapped to what is called the recency bias, which means that we tend to zoom in on what has happened recently and ignore all the rest. And as the year, which oftentimes is a performance review cycle, has 365 days, there's actually a lot to be missed. So prepare this inventory carefully and consciously. To start with, have a look at the previous performance evaluation, the follow-ups and improvement areas defined, and the goals that had been agreed. How did you do? How well did you perform in these areas? Did your performance metrics improve? What wins can you identify? And how did you contribute to the success of the overall team? Some of these accomplishments will be big, obvious ones. Maybe you signed a major contract with a client, or you successfully concluded a project. Others might be smaller wins, for example, progress that you made in developing certain skills. You want to mention any training that you've undertaken and outline how it helped you to improve your performance. These skills might then later on be relevant when discussing future opportunities and career progression. Then also check your current job description and the key tasks and responsibilities listed therein. How well did you meet these? Preparing this list of accomplishments is a great way to boost your confidence and self-efficacy as you identify your contributions and the progress that you made throughout the year. Having this list ready will also provide you with tangible proof of your accomplishments. So be as specific as possible. Collect quantifiable data where possible, and if available, also add qualitative data, such as feedback from clients or internal stakeholders. Then rank order these accomplishments. Ask yourself which ones have the biggest impact in the bigger picture, meaning your contribution to the organization, and which ones are most important for you from a professional development point of view. You want to make sure you cover both. As a pro tip for future performance reviews, consider setting up a tracker that helps you in keeping track of your accomplishments and your progress towards goal achievement as you go through the year. It will clearly make your life much easier next time around. Once ready, you might also want to share this list with your manager to help him get a comprehensive overview. It surely helps your manager in preparing his part of the review, so check in with him to see whether he would like to have a look in advance, and make sure that whatever you share is fact-based. Don't be too humble, but don't brag either. Now, an effective performance review is always a two-way conversation. And while tip number 1 helped you in preparing your point of view, tip number 2 is about using performance feedback, your manager's point of view, to your advantage. This one is really related to entering the performance evaluation with the right mindset. And that is to see it as an exchange of thought that will help you to grow, develop, and become more effective in your role, or to even prepare you for the next career move. It's a responsibility of your manager to, on the one side, acknowledge your talents and strengths and help you in applying them in the most effective way. And then on the other side, to give you constructive feedback on the areas of improvement that he sees, the things you should be working on to move forward in your career and to have an impact that you are aiming for. So be prepared to receive some constructive, or one could say negative feedback, and assume that it is shared for your benefit. This is typically much easier if you try to anticipate the feedback in advance. Thinking it through and mentally preparing for it can help you in responding professionally. Don't get defensive and don't try to make excuses, but instead listen carefully, and if needed, ask questions and ask for concrete examples to better understand. Seek clarity on your manager's expectations going forward. If there are reasons why a goal wasn't met, share it. This might be helpful in defining a path forward. And be honest about your problems that affect your performance. This could be a workplace-related topic, but it could also be linked to some personal areas, such as family or health. Nobody's work life really happens in isolation. Opening up about it will help you in finding solutions and helping your manager understand. If you agree with the feedback shared, own it and start a conversation about how to improve it going forward. If needed, ask for time to revisit the topic in a follow-up meeting. Use the feedback to come up with areas for improvement and revisit this when defining goals for the next year. Now, while tip 1 and 2 focused on past accomplishments, tip 3 will help you in taking a forward-looking perspective, and the tip is to think about where you want to go career-wise. This will probably take a bit of time and self-reflection, but the time invested will definitely pay off. The clearer your career vision is, the easier it will be for you to articulate where you want to go and to align on a meaningful path together with your manager. Are you happy with where you are right now? Or is it time for a change? Maybe move into a different role or possibly even on a different career track? Would you like to take on new responsibilities, add to your skill set, or maybe start leading people? Now, for some people, the path is crystal clear and it's just a matter of executing accordingly. For others, these questions can feel a bit overwhelming, in particular if we take a very long-term view. Well, if that's the case, then focus on the next 1 to 2 years. As we go through life and grow from experience, career goals typically change anyway. So it is perfectly okay to have a rough direction and to be ready and comfortable to adjust as you go. If you have too many potential career goals in your mind and struggle with prioritizing these, the following video might be of help to you in finding out which goals to focus on. And once you have an idea about where you want to go and what you would like to experience, think about concrete steps that will help you get there. What kind of professional development goals could be linked to that? Getting this kind of goals approved by your manager is actually a great way of seeking alignment and support while also ensuring that there is a built-in accountability mechanism to keep you on track. Now, tip number 4 is about compiling the right set of questions, keeping in mind that this review is a two-way conversation. Some of these questions will be covered very naturally anyway as you go through the performance review. But having said that, it's definitely a good idea to have them ready and at hand as you enter the conversation. You want to make sure that you receive answers to the following questions. The first two focus on your past performance. How did you, the manager, view my performance? Is it in line with your expectation? From your point of view, what have been the most important contributions? You also would like to seek feedback on your strengths and talents by asking which strengths and talents did you notice and how could I use them even more for the benefit of the team and or the organization? As the performance review and the goals defined therein form the basis for the next review, make sure you understand the focus areas, goals and criteria against which you will be measured and when. Where do you see focus areas or areas for improvement as we go into the next year? How can I become better and even more effective in my role? Or how can I prepare to take the next career step? And how will my performance and goal achievement be measured? How often will we check in and which way? Make sure that you also understand the bigger picture and how your goals and career trajectory are linked to it. What are the most important focus areas and challenges for the organization and team over the next 12 months? How can I contribute to addressing these? What topics are of importance to you, the manager? How could I support you in this regard? This way you show your commitment and interest to take a broader look and balance your interests and goals with those of your manager and the overall organization. And then, last but not least, tip number 5, which is to seek alignment on the next steps. Because after the performance review is before the next performance review. So make sure you have a mutual understanding of the goals and milestones to be worked on, the timeline of these, and how frequent you will be checking in and in which format. And then execute, one step at a time. I hope you find these ideas helpful in preparing for your upcoming performance review. If so, hit the like button and let me know which one of these tips resonated most with you in the comment section. Also, if you're interested in leveling up your performance review as a manager, have a look at last week's video. Curious to learn more proven actionable tips, tools and strategies that will help you and your team succeed? Well, then hit the subscribe button and stay tuned and have a look at this video in which I share further insights on how to establish powerful habits that will help you get results. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.